Hi dear viewers, today I will discuss with you Postmortem by Wole Soyinka. Wole Soyinka is a renowned Nigerian dramatist, poet, essayist, and political activist. He is widely considered one of Africa's most significant writers. Nobel laureate. In 1986, he became the first African to be awarded the Nobel Prize in Literature. Unique style. His work is celebrated for fusing African and Western literary traditions to create original and beautiful art. Core themes. Soyinka's writing focuses on human rights, dictatorship, colonialism, and the artist's role in society. Chinua Achebe once noted that Soyinka never compromises with injustice and ties his art to truth. A complex poet. Critics often describe his poetry as difficult or complex, noting his use of obscure allusions and esoteric language. Background of Postmortem. Publication. The poem was published in the 1972 collection A Shuttle in the Crypt. Historical context. It was written during or shortly after Soyinka's 27-month imprisonment, 1967 to 1969, during the Nigerian Civil War. He was detained without trial for attempting to broker peace between warring factions. Collection themes. A Shuttle in the Crypt explores the psychological impact of solitary confinement, national trauma, and justice. Beyond physical death. While the poem describes a literal autopsy, it serves as a protest and a critique of the moral and emotional damage caused by war and violence. Significance of the title. Aftermath of colonialism. The title refers to the period following the death of colonialism, investigating the lingering scars of exploitation and ethnic division. Moral investigation. Just as a postmortem seeks a cause of death, the poem investigates the moral decay and death of idealism in post-colonial society. Breaking the silence. It addresses the post-colonial silence, the inability of the oppressed to speak, and acts as a call to speak unspoken truths. National reckoning. It serves as a national examination, asking why internal conflicts continue to tear at the fabric of the nation. Key themes. Mortality and equality. Death is depicted as a universal equalizer that strips individuals of identity and social status. Dehumanization. The clinical handling of the body reduces a human being to a lifeless object or data. Fear versus acceptance. While touching on the mystery and fear of the unknown, the poem ultimately encourages an acceptance of mortality, symbolized by the color gray. Institutional alienation. The poem critiques how Western-style bureaucracies, hospitals, legal systems, remain culturally foreign and emotionally detached from indigenous African understandings of spirit. Cultural and post-colonial reclamations. Indigenous epistemology. Soyinka uses three-line stanzas, tercets, which reflect the spiritual weight of the number 3 in Yoruba culture. This is a quiet act of cultural sovereignty. Literary freedom. He uses free verse to symbolize liberation from Western poetic conventions and colonial aesthetics. Hybridity. The poem exists in a hybrid space, showing the tension between inherited colonial medical systems and indigenous spiritual traditions. Literary devices and symbols. Symbolism of gray represents neutrality, transition, and the loss of individuality in death. Personification. Death is personified with cold hands to make its presence more ominous. Irony. The poem juxtaposes the mundane, stocking beer, with the profound, the end of a life, to highlight the stark reality of mortality. Scientific gaze. The masked hands and scalpels symbolize the objectification of African bodies by colonial-era science and modern institutions.